This video is going to be about just a few simple nuances that you may miss when you code with functions. So I'm pulling out like one of our older projects. So I had a page about myself, about me, CSS and HTML. There is nothing in the JavaScript. So I'm just going to use this as a placeholder. So this is what it looks like right now. What I want to show you here is totally unrelated to the page, but I'm just using it as a placeholder. So I'm just going to try and explain the difference between calling a function. So let's call a function as add numbers. If we define two variables, x, we want to return the sum of these two variables. This is a very simple function that all of you can write right now. So let us say I have a variable called results, and I want to call this function and store the return value in this variable, results. So I'm calling the function, the value goes here. So let's make sure that we test that. Okay, this is a no-brainer. It is really simple. So let's watch the console log. I'm going to put a breakpoint just to follow this through. Let me refresh the page. So my breakpoint got hit here. So that's the function, that's my results. So I'm going to step down. So watch where my cursor is, step into next function. So when I click on that, it comes right away into add numbers, adds the numbers, returns the value. So my results is set to 15 now, and I'm writing to the console log. This is the easy part. So the tricky part is when I have let's call this results1. Instead of calling with parenthesis, if I just forget this parenthesis and do this, that absolutely changes what happens in this part. So just watch what happens. Okay. I'm going to set a breakpoint here. So the first function, we are all happy. Just go through, step inside. So we are coming to the second function. We are thinking this is a function call, but it is not a function call. But what happens is results becomes an alias for add numbers. So you see, if this was a function call, my code would come into the function, right? Right now I'm here. When I step next, it does not come here because it is an assignment. So my function is not even called. Okay, when I say console.log, it writes the actual function. So what happens is add numbers is a function, but we assign the function to results1. So results1 became a function now. Results1 is not going to be x plus y, but results1 is the same as add numbers function. Okay, so that's the tricky part that I think most of us will miss. If you want, after this assignment, if you want to print the value of results, what you would have to do is you have to say console.log results1 parenthesis. So when you put a parenthesis, that's the function call. When you ignore the parenthesis, it is an assignment. Okay, now let's see what happens. I'm gonna take this one out. See, okay, see, when I come and call it as results1 with parenthesis, that's when it comes into add numbers. So you can see here, with this one, I got 15. With this one, I got the actual function written down here. But with this line, again, I got 15. So please remember the difference between add numbers without any parenthesis and add numbers with parentheses. There is a big difference. This is just assignment of a function to a variable, which means the function call is not happening. This is a function call.